Chicago Bears. So much in life and in sports is just getting slightly better. I always tell my kids that. You don't have to take big swings. You can hit a lot of singles and doubles in life. Just get a little better. Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears football operation just keeps getting a little better. They lose that game last year. 5 wins this year, already matches last year, and 4 of the 5 have been ugly. They are winning ugly. Who cares? They're winning. Last Friday, I said, I like Chicago in this game because when Caleb gets a run game, like he did against Dallas or Cincinnati, he's very effective. He doesn't throw picks. He didn't in high school. He didn't in college. He doesn't in the NFL. So he's maintained that. He's not throwing picks. They had a run game yesterday. Last year, they were atrocious in one-score games. They were 3-7. This year, they're 3-1. There is an art to winning ugly. Kansas City did it last year. Now, you're not going to keep doing it year after year after year. But Kansas City was great at those close games. This year, they're not, for a variety of reasons. So the Bears offense right now is 4th in the NFL, believe it or not. And Ben Johnson yesterday, 4 different Bears threw a pass. He's gotten into his tricks. You know what it tells me when Ben Johnson now is using more tricks? Is that Ben Johnson now is more confident in the base operation. That's what it tells me. Ben's like, okay, now I can do some tricks. Now we can get a little fancy. Ben didn't want to do that quite as much early because he didn't trust the foundational stuff. But yesterday, they ran for over 280 yards. It was a real offense. Now, the defense has major holes. This is not a Super Bowl team. They got to solve the defense. But I've said before, when the season started, I said, do not get paralyzed by the Chicago Bears win-loss record. I think I had them at 8 wins. I said, number one, you got to cut the sacks in half. Well, last year through 8 games, 29 sacks. This year, they've cut it in half. So, again, this is not rocket science. They're running the ball better. They're taking fewer sacks. They're winning the turnover battle. It's not science. A lot of this stuff is, can you just look like a grown-up adult business? Just improve a little. And not only year to year of the Bears improve, but every week. Now they're using a few more tricks. Now they've got a little more confidence. So between Ben Johnson's brain power and Caleb's brain and horsepower, it's a real football team. There's going to be, with Caleb, there's going to be wow moments. Here's the walk-off touchdown, mostly walk-off to Colston Loveland.
Badunze motions left. They're blitzing. It's picked up. Caleb throws. Middle of the field. Loveland catch. Breaks away at the 30. Loveland 20. Loveland 10. Loveland end zone. Touchdown Bears.
Yeah, that was crazy touch. I just got the chills listening to the Chicago Bears radio. I'm laughing because Colin literally just last week said that Caleb Williams is exactly who he was last season. And he had the stats, and he was like, take away the Cowboys game, and it's even worse. Now he's like Caleb Williams. He is improving week after week, just getting a little bit better. I can't keep up. I love Colin. I do. Like I always say, he's my favorite. It's my favorite show. Favorite broadcaster out there. I don't understand what's going on with the Chicago Bears right now. And Caleb Williams, I really don't. I don't understand why Caleb is breaking people. They just can't decide what they see. People keep going back and forth between saying this isn't going to work. This is going to work. Like I just, it's unbelievable to me. Yeah, it's unbelievable to me. Listen, putting up huge numbers and having a big day against the Bengals or the Cowboys doesn't mean a ton to me. In the traditional sense of it all. But considering how much room to grow Caleb has for me and how I treat this as Caleb's rookie year, there is a ton to gain from this. There's a ton to gain from this. And just the sheer fact that this game was as crazy as it was, and just the consistent composure that Caleb and this Bears team showed. I think it was awesome. You know, I think was awesome. No matter how bad the Cincinnati Bengals are and their defense are. And, you know, even the Bears defense, obviously, I know they gave up a lot of points. I mean, Flacco and the Bengals offense has been cooking. I mean, like, they've been cooking. So, I'm not out here trying to argue that the Bears secretly have this, like, sneaky, great defense. But the Bengals have been piling on points. Okay, so that much has been true. I mean, you had T. Higgins make an insane catch. But really, for me, this game, though, still continues for me to really highlight and show you just how brilliant Ben Johnson is. I mean, Ben Johnson's play calling in this game was absolutely insane. Was just absolutely, I don't even mean the trick plays. I don't care about the trick plays, honestly. Trick plays are fun, they're interesting, they're cool, but like, you know, that matters a lot less to me. Matters a lot less to me. I like more just kind of basic misdirection and whatnot. The one play where the misdirection passed to Moore on the opening drive, right? It's like trickery, but like not in the traditional sense where you're tossing it to one guy, then he tosses it to another guy, then he tosses it to Caleb. You don't really call that necessarily trick play, but obviously you had that trick play to Caleb, which was great. But I mean, Caleb played really, really, really well. 20 for 34, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 114.8 passer rating. He scrambled well. He threw on the run really, incredibly well. Had 5 carries for 53 yards. And the receiving touchdown, obviously. Guy 26 for 176 yards, 6.8 yards per carry. I mean, as a team, they were 37 for 283 rushing yards, 7.6 yards per carry. Loveland, 6 catches for 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, and of course the game winner. Just an all-out wild game. Joe Flacco career high, and as a 40-year-old, 470 yards. I mean, just bonkers. They were 8 for 15 on 3rd down, 2 for 2 on 4th, 4 for 6 in the red zone. It was just an all-around great game, and a game that just got crazy. Again, though, this is not a game that I use as such a heavy anchor, honestly. We saw what Justin Fields and the New York Jets did against the Bengals. So it only means so much to me in the grand scheme of things. But to be fair, I was not all doom and gloom in any of the games that Caleb and the Bears were struggling or that they lost to. With Caleb, I've been very much like this because everyone else keeps going up and down. He has a bad game or there's a bad moment, and it's just like, see, he's bad, he's a bust. He has an interesting game against the Cowboys or whoever, and it's like he has arrived. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. And it's just like, I've been trying so hard to avoid all of this whiplash with all of these takes, because again, 1 minute Colin is like, look, he's like, go with Ben Johnson, and he's saying that as a positive. He's comparing the stats or whatever, and then the next week he's like, there's been no growth from last year. Caleb is what he is. This is exactly what you're going to get. And then the next week it's like he's showing improvement, and it's just like, I'm just trying to find the groundedness in all of this right now. But still, all in all, what this just shows you is that this team can find ways to win. Caleb can find ways to win. Caleb is not this quarterback where you're just like, oh my gosh, how are we ever going to win with this kid? This kid is such a mess. And at the minimum, and I'm not predicting this, but I'm just saying at the absolute bare minimum, you should have your coach for the next 20 years. Because Ben Johnson is for real. His play calling, his play designs, they are elite. So it's kind of funny because if you don't believe that Caleb Williams is a great quarterback and you see what they're able to do, then offensively with Ben Johnson as the head coach and Caleb as your quarterback, well then that's amazing. Imagine then if you got a quarterback who you think is actually great game set match. Now imagine if Caleb Williams actually is great. He's just young and developing. Imagine what this team looks like in the next 1, 2, 3 years. Yeah, pretty legit. So either way you look at it, whatever path you want to take, Caleb is not good. Caleb is great and will be getting better. Either way, this Bears team is just going in the right direction. Absolutely, undeniably from my viewpoint. And that's just what more can you ask for right now? You really can't. Yeah, if you're asking for more, then you're just being a little greedy, but those are just my thoughts. And I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about this insane game? It's a shame I didn't watch it live. And that's why I didn't do a post-game clip on it. I only ever really like to do the post-game clips on games that I actually fully watch live, and so I had to go back and watch this game. And yeah, obviously I know it ended up being close and needed to come back win. But the game wasn't the as-clo. Like, you can blame the Bears defense undeniably, but like, you know, I don't know, when you score a touchdown and then you get the onside kick and then you get another touchdown, like, it's amazing. It's crazy. It's wild. It's exciting. It's football. It is closer to the spectrum of fluky than not. Like, it's like what I said when the Bears lost to Jin Daniels and the Commanders last year with the Hail Mary. The Hail Mary, you always are going to need some luck. That's why it's called a Hail Mary. Like, it's there. It's always somewhat fluky, but the way how the Commanders executed it was flawless. And the way how they moved the chains, got it, set up Jaden, the throw, etc., like that. So it's like, you both have to recognize, yeah, it's a little fluky, a little fortunate, but you still did the right thing. Same thing with the Eagles, getting multiple blocked field goals and whatnot against the Rams. It's like, it's a little fluky, but the execution was high, etc., and the Bears were on the receiving end on both sides of this, of giving up those points, and then also now having Loveland not go down and then rip off. And we could say, oh, well, they were in field goal range. Sure, they were in field goal range, but like, look around the NFL right now, man. Like, everyone's missing field goals. Everyone's getting field goals blocked. Like, so there's no guarantee. You just don't know. The Bears should know that better than anyone. So, it was just a wild game, man. Just a wild game. And I actually liked that I was watching it already knowing the outcome, because then I got to really be like like, I got to really zoom in and be like, how is this about to unfold? Because I'm watching this, I'm like, how does the score end up being what the score is right now? Like, what even happens? The only thing that I had spoiled for me was the very end with the Loveland touchdown. But besides that, I'm just like, how is this going to legitimately unfold? So just crazy game madness. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams? Has Caleb taken a big step forward in year 2? You decide. You let me all know in the thoughts below, in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.